The annual Double 11 shopping festival, China's Black Friday, which is held on November 11th, is just around the corner. However, visitors to Haikou's international duty-free city were surprised to find that it's almost empty, with barely anyone in sight. Some people noted there are even fewer people than during the 2022 pandemic. According to Hainan Daily, Haikou International Duty-Free City, developed by CITS Group Corporation with an investment of over 10 billion yuan, officially opened in 2022, welcoming over 44,000 customers and achieving sales of over 60 million yuan on its first day. In the 2 years since its opening, the duty-free city has attracted more than 11.7 million global visitors, showcasing its appeal as the world's largest single duty-free store. It has rapidly developed into a key driver of Hainan's first-store economy, offering tourists and shoppers an extensive shopping experience. Based on reported visitor data, this large-scale duty-free city should typically see tens of thousands of tourists daily, attracted by its retail offerings. Yet, as Double 11 approaches, the low number of visitors raises curiosity. Some past visitors advised caution online, emphasizing that Haikou's duty-free city has numerous aspects to consider. The issues start with Sun Moon Plaza, once a major shopping area in Haikou, now almost deserted. With dispersed stores and poor layout, one visitor described the design as exhausting and poorly planned, with the outdoors layout making shopping unpleasant, especially during the summer or for older visitors. Many stores have closed, leaving the place almost empty even on weekends. The city's sprawling and disorganized layout makes navigation challenging, even with signs. Visitors are advised to request a store map and check it closely. The threshold for tourists from outside Hainan to shop here is high. The costs include flights, hotel stays, and time, plus the physical stamina needed to explore the vast retail area. If each person doesn't spend several thousand yuan, it's hardly worth the trip. Some tourists commented that while Haikou's duty-free store is the largest of its kind, it lacks competitive pricing. For example, skincare products are quite expensive. A tourist mentioned that Haikou fell short compared to Sanya, with higher prices on items like Apple products due to fewer discounts, and the surrounding area feels desolate. This suggests that the duty-free city is struggling to attract customers. Amid a downturn in China's economy and widespread decline in consumption, it too faces the predicament of dwindling visitors. On October 27th, China's National Bureau of Statistics reported a further decline in profits for industrial companies with revenue over 20 million yuan, with a 17.8% drop in August and a 27.1% year-over-year drop in September. CITS Group Corporation, which oversees the Haikou duty-free city, is among these companies. According to data from the Bureau, consumer prices are close to deflation, rising only 0.4% last month, while producer prices dropped by 2.8%. The Producer Price Index, which tracks factory gate prices and is influenced by commodity prices, has been negative for 2 years. The Bureau noted in an accompanying statement that falling factory prices are exerting significant pressure on profits and revenue, with insufficient demand cited as a concern. China is also grappling with a decrease in consumption, with high-end sectors hit hardest. More than 800 well-known domestic and international brands, including nearly all top global luxury names, have opened in the Haikou duty-free city. However, with consumers holding tight to their wallets, luxury spending has weakened. In mid-October, luxury conglomerate LVMH reported a decline in third-quarter sales due to weaker demand in China, causing stocks across the industry to dip. LVMH is the world's largest luxury group, valued at 312 billion euros, and the owner of nearly 100 brands. It recently reported a 5% sales drop in its core fashion and leather goods division, marking the first decline since the 2020 pandemic, and missing forecasts. High-profile brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior, which together contribute 65% of the group's earnings before interest and taxes, saw single-digit declines and double-digit drops respectively. Even smaller brands like Fendi, that had 2.5 billion euros in sales last year, are facing revenue declines. LVMH is not the only company facing an industry adjustment after years of record growth. In downtown Shanghai, luxury brands like Burberry and Gucci have also seen reduced traffic in central shopping centers. At one of Shanghai's top luxury malls, Dior occupies 4 floors and even offers an exclusive tea room for high-end customers. However, during last month's launch of Dior's new spring collection in China, there were notably fewer customers. A sales associate remarked that it's incomparable to before. Foot traffic has dropped by 20%, and the entire market is like this. LVMH's competitor, Kering Group, saw its stock fall 40% this year following several profit warnings, a rarity in the luxury industry. Barclays Bank anticipates that Kering's flagship brand, Gucci, will report a 23% year-over-year sales decline when it announces third-quarter revenue next week. On October 24th, Kering issued a warning that Gucci's sales have sharply declined due to weak demand in China, and its profits for the year are expected to be nearly halved. Refinitiv forecasts that the Paris-listed group will see its annual operating revenue fall by 46% from 2023, reaching around 2.5 billion euros, significantly below analyst estimates of 2.85 billion euros. This would mark the lowest level in 8 years, a steeper decline than seen during the height of the pandemic in 2020. In July, the Financial Times reported that some luxury goods in China are being sold at discounts of up to 50% due to backlogged inventory. Industry insiders note that with previously free-spending middle-class consumers becoming more frugal, some aspirational brands like Versace and Burberry have also started offering discounts. During the pandemic, luxury sales soared, and these brands capitalized by selling on local e-commerce platforms. Now, with the economic slowdown, these companies are offering significant discounts. Bain & Company data shows that China's domestic luxury market doubled in size from 2019 to 2021 as travel restrictions drove local shopping. Luxury brands expanded inventory to meet growing demand and quickly joined Chinese e-commerce platforms like Tmall and JD.com to reach more consumers. However, with frequent online shopping promotions, including spend and save deals, luxury brands are seeing rising return rates. In early July, Marc Jacobs offered discounts of over 50% on handbags, clothing, and shoes on Alibaba's high-end platform, Tmall Luxury, while Bottega Veneta provided 24-month interest-free installment plans on the same channel. According to data from luxury market analysis firm Luxury Insight, the average markdown for Versace and Burberry products across all distribution channels in China reached or exceeded 50% in 2024, compared to 30% and 40% in 2023. In its first quarter report released Monday, Burberry warned that annual profits would fall short of expectations, with comparable store sales in mainland China down by 21%. In 2024, Marc Jacobs saw its return and order cancellation rate in China rise from 30% in 2023 to 40%, while Bruno Cucinelli's rate increased from 59% to 69%. With the slowing demand for skincare and beauty products in China, L'Oréal reported third-quarter sales below expectations in September. For the 3 months ending September 30th, L'Oréal's like-for-like sales rose 3.4% to 10.3 billion euros, falling short of the anticipated 6% increase. The group includes brands like Garnier, La Roche-Posay, and Kiehl's. In North Asia, predominantly China, same-store sales dropped by 6.5%, sharply contrasting with the expected 2.9% growth. L'Oréal, once viewed as a benchmark for the global beauty industry's health, has been impacted by weakened demand, especially in China. Its slow growth is further compounded by a sharp decline in its premium dermatological beauty division, which posted only a 0.8% increase in third-quarter sales, far short of the projected 10.8% rise. As the world's largest cosmetic company by revenue, L'Oréal has enjoyed substantial profits over the past 3 years, thanks to the lipstick effect. Amid surging living costs after the pandemic, consumers, while cutting back on daily expenses, continue to buy small luxury items, such as lipsticks, as small rewards for themselves. However, even high-profit luxury beauty brands are beginning to lose their appeal. This indicates a slowdown in spending even among high-income consumers, as luxury beauty products had previously outpaced the growth of their mass-market counterparts. L'Oréal stock has fallen by about 17% this year, and the rapid downturn in China's high-end market suggests that many wealthy consumers are feeling a significant financial squeeze. On October 29th, the Hurun Research Institute released the 2024 Hurun Rich List. Since reaching a peak of 1,185 billionaires in 2021, China's billionaire count has dropped to 753, a 36% decrease, outpacing the 10% depreciation of the yuan against the dollar over the same period. In the past year alone, the number of billionaires in China decreased by 16%, while the yuan depreciated only 2.5% against the dollar. Hu Ren noted that the list has seen rapid turnover, with traditional tycoons such as real estate developers making way for figures like Zhang Yiming, the founder of ByteDance and the company behind TikTok. Despite facing scrutiny from the U.S. government, Zhang emerged as China's wealthiest individual, with a fortune of $49 billion, displacing Nongfu Springs bottled water king Zhongshan Shan, who had held the top spot for 3 years. Nongfu Springs' stock price dropped 40% after facing criticism on social media for alleged pro-Japanese sentiments. The Hu Ren list also includes entrepreneurs from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. Rupert Hugenwerf, chairman of the Hu Ren Research Institute, commented that after a challenging year for China's economy and stock market, the rich list has shrunk for a third consecutive year. The decline in ultra-wealthy individuals can be attributed to factors such as the collapse of China's once booming real estate market, significantly reducing the wealth of property developers, a stringent crackdown on e-commerce billionaires by the Chinese government. Tencent's founder Ma Huateng ranked third on the list, followed by Temu founder Huang Zheng. Alibaba's Jack Ma, once at the top in 2020, disappeared from the public eye after the government cancelled the IPO of his financial group Alipay. According to Hu Ren, 15% of those on the rich list reside outside mainland China, in places like Hong Kong, Macau, or Taiwan, while 30% of the people on the list reside in the US and Singapore. Compared to a decade ago, entrepreneurs in smartphones and new energy sectors have become more prominent, including Zheng Yuchun of CATL, a leading lithium battery manufacturer, Li Zhengguo of Longji Green Energy, a solar panel manufacturer, Lei Jun of Xiaomi, and Wang Tao of DJI, a drone company. China is also experiencing a significant new wave of capital outflows. Despite strict capital controls and an annual cap on individual foreign exchange purchases, the Wall Street Journal reported that Chinese residents transferred as much as $254 billion abroad in the year leading up to June 2024. In 2024, the downturn in China's real economy has become visibly steep. Malls in cities like Beijing and Shanghai are seeing sparse foot traffic, and many stores have been shutting down. In the first half of 2024 alone, at least 6,800 physical stores across China have closed. For large shopping complexes like Haikou International Duty-Free City, this poses considerable challenges. Given its remote location, it heavily relies on tourists from outside Hainan, who need to fly or take a ferry to shop there. Some people pointed out that if one has to do all that for shopping, why not travel internationally to places like South Korea or Japan, which offer both tourism and exchange rate benefits? Since October, the Chinese government has launched various measures to boost market confidence and support the stock market and real estate markets. However, analysts believe that these are merely temporary reliefs and that further fiscal stimulus is essential to halt China's economic decline.